Hello traders, Gary Wagner here, just after 10 o'clock in Honolulu, 4 o'clock in New York. It is Tuesday, first day of November 2016, and this is the Daily Report for Gold and Silver. We have a strong upside rally underway in the precious metals markets, with gold and silver both trading substantially higher on the day. We did send out a special trade alert this morning recommending that you should raise your stops up on your long gold position. Of course, we'll cover that, as well as a couple of strategies to exit this trade now that it has effectively hit our target at $12.92. Speaking about $12.92, gold is currently trading up about $16 on the day, $12.89, putting it up about 1.25%. It is traded to a high of $12.92.90. That's that number that we really anticipated the market could go to. The low, $12.76.30. And as I said, current print, $12.89. Over to COMEX Silver. Silver up substantially, up about 3% on the day. A really strong breakout above the resistance line that we've been plotting. And of course, we'll go over that in the chart in a little bit. But trading up about 55 cents on the day at $18.35. The high $18.51 and the low on the day $17.85. Of course, when we look at spot's at $12.87, $12.88 in terms of gold, and spot in terms of silver is at $18.33. Lastly, a quick look at the dollar, because the dollar has really gone down significantly. It is trading off well over 0.5% on the day at 97.76. That, of course, contributing to this upside rally in gold. Let's take a look at our first chart. So traders, the first chart that I do want to look at on today's show is a simple bar chart, and it is a bar chart, daily bar chart of COMEX Gold December futures. And as you know, we entered our trade at roughly $12.59.60. This is $12.60 here. So we entered our trade roughly in this area. Of course, we had to sit through a real consolidation period in gold. We weathered that effectively, of course, by having our stops in a proper place. But then we had a breakout, and we had a breakout about mid-October, but the breakout itself only moved really gold prices to the next stair step, so to speak. So whereas we had lows here of about $12.50, the next level was lows at about $12.60, as you can see here. Now, the market continued to trade in this tight range, $12.60 on the low, $12.70 on the high. We can see that right here. But over the last 3 trading days, we've had a defined breakout, and that breakout has absolutely propelled gold to our initial exit target and exit strategy, I should say, for our current trade. We've got this nice ascent, but here's the key, traders. This morning, my recommendation was to raise our stops, which were sitting below 1240, sitting below these lows here, and to raise that to a much more appropriate place to lock in some profits. Of course, we are in at 1260, call it, to round it off, and our stops are now below 1273. 1273, of course, is a 23% retracement. And that is the primary rationale behind moving it up to this particular level. However, we have a caveat, and the caveat is a good caveat in this case, because our upside target was $12.92. Now take a look at this today, traders. The high today was $12.92.90. Our target was $12.92.80. And so we have effectively hit our target, which means that you're never really wrong taking a profit in the market. So even if you were to get out at this point, in at 59, out at 89, that's a really, really nice profit for this particular trade. And even if the market continues to track higher, so to speak, what we would look to do, of course, is to re-enter the market if we had a breakout, and a sizable breakout to the upside. If, in fact, it continues to track higher, our next upside target is a minor level of resistance at 1308, with a major level of resistance at approximately 1328. Now, I say minor and major because 50 is typically not a major amount. However, in this particular instance, this minor level, I think, could be a major level, and I'll show you why. As you can see, when we look at the lows, and that's the only reason I really use a bar chart as opposed to a candlestick, because I want to focus on the lows or the highs, but you can see collectively this strong level of support in at least 3-4 areas, and when it broke below this point, this is when we had 1, 2, 3, 4 in a 5-day period to take us to a new low. And so for that reason, we are effectively kind of locked in at this area, which is 1292.80. We've hit this area. Market's trading at 89.50. Any kind of weakness in the market, and we could easily see a small retracement from this rally that we've seen here and maybe back even to a 1273 and then to continue up. I don't want to get stopped out at 1273 if we've hit our target. I only want to use that stop effectively if we believe we're going to see it break above this price point and then move to our next level, which would be, as I said, approximately 1308. Traders, maintain your current long positions. However, you're never wrong taking a profit. So take a profit if you're comfortable doing that. Traders that have multiple positions, absolutely lighten up, cover half in profits, and keep the stop for the other half of those multiple gold positions. That is my recommendation for our current trade. And then traders, lastly, let's take a look at silver, because as you know, we have been on the sidelines, and I said on multiple occasions that unless we see a definitive break above our 28-day moving average and our long-standing, which is now resistance, I want to stand on the sidelines. Now, you can see how the market flirted with these highs here, but today we have a defined breakout. So what that really pushes me to believe is that this now should become our support area. And if the market continues higher, in other words, if this wasn't just a one-day wonder and we see it move back down, we've got the support that we're really looking for. Market's roughly at 1836. My recommendation would be for traders that want to be in silver, you will want to put your stop below 1804, which are these tops here. And you can trail that up, of course, as this trend line, which now should become support, continues to track to higher pricing if in fact we see silver continue higher. Traders, this is the move that I was waiting for to feel comfortable to say, if you want to get in silver, you know what, the water's actually, temperature's okay right now. We've been focusing on gold. We have sizable profits in that. For those that want to add silver to it, go ahead and act accordingly. This has been Gary Wagner wishing you, as always, good trading. I'm glad we got our wish today. We'll talk to you tomorrow for another daily update and review. Bye-bye.